Hello, and welcome to The Inspired Woman. I'm Himalaya, your host. You're awesome. Thank you for joining here. Thank you for being present, and thank you for your committed growth, committed to yourself growth. We are learning some incredible tools. We've been guided in this journey, this online retreat for you called The Inspired Woman. We are learning how to embody high energy to make your transformational impact in your work consistently. So I am speaking, and leading with these incredible women that are sharing their inspiration, who they are today. We've got an incredible guest for you. And before we get to her, I would love to invite you to share 30 seconds of movement with me. My belief is that stagnation is our kryptonite. It holds us back from being our superwoman, our power woman, our wonder woman that is living inside of us, that wants to breathe, live, walk, and dance, and move, and shake, and rock out her purpose and mission here. So in order to do that, we got to break up the energy. We got to let that movement happen in the body. So I'm inviting you right now to rise up wherever you are. And if you're in your car, just wiggle your booty. You're not going to be able to see me fully here, or both of us. So just jiggle your hips here. Keep your knees bent. And then start to shake out your hands. And your tatas are going to naturally shake out. And let's take the hips around in a big circle here. So in one direction, the hips are going around. Your knees are really bent. So my knees are super bent. I can't really adjust the camera to make that happen. And then the other way. And so allow this to move your heart and your shoulders and really let yourself get into it. And then the other direction away, other direction again. And then this time you're going to go a little faster in the other direction, and then the other direction again. And then this time, flavor your lips, and now jiggle your body like you're being shooken here. So your pelvis and your hips and your belly is going, Okay, excellent. One more spaz attack. Shake everything out, everything. Tap your feet on the ground and come into a sitting or relaxation or wherever you are. Sometimes you may stand and work at your computer, and I love doing that. So wherever you are, come into deep presence with us. We have some amazing information for you today. Whew. And now that we've got that energy broken up from whatever life circumstances, the life experience or work you're doing, movement is key. So I'm excited to invite a beautiful movement teacher and embodiment today. Her name is Natalie. Now, Natalie Kristine, correct? Because I have Natalie B here.
Yeah. Well, Kristine is my middle name and Barrage is my last name. So with social media, sometimes it's challenging to get all profiles on the same page, but if you call me either, they're correct.
Okay. Well, I love Natalie Kristine together. That's beautiful. I just had never heard that before, but it just rolls beautifully. So I'm going to call you Natalie Kristine.
I love it.
Okay, so I would love to share about you before we get into our juicy conversation and movement today. So Natalie Kristine is a natural born healer. You can probably feel it as you sit there. I can feel it. She's powerful. She's a conscious entrepreneur and an energy specialist. She founded Love Yoga Flow as a studio, and she's a transformational facilitator, a conscious entrepreneur. So she's taught thousands of students over the past years. Natalie shows people how to create lives, bodies, and businesses they love. Yes. So welcome, sister.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I am so thrilled to just be chatting with you and sharing with whoever is going to be seeing this. And I'm just so grateful at the magic we're going to create together.
Yeah. Well, you are sparkly and you are vibrant, and you really, your message is so in alignment with my message. Like as soon as I saw you, I was like, yes, we need to converse, because you're teaching how to love your body and why it's so important for women. Let's just dive into that.
Oh, yeah.
Why is body love so important for women?
Oh my gosh. How long do we have?
You got time for you to go for that.
Body love. Oh my gosh. It's so funny is, so 8 years ago, I started with being a yoga teacher. And over the last 8 years, I've taught thousands of, basically a lot of women have been through the doors of my studio. And what I discovered, whether women were in their 20s or in their 60s, or whether it seemed like they had the perfect body according to society's standards, or they were even, obese according to society's standards, was every time actually I was able to talk more intimately to my clients and they start to open up, I would hear the same things from them. I would hear the same struggles and the same challenges. And so it really began to open up for me that this wasn't a conversation, meaning lack of body love, really judging the body, shaming the body, always looking for the perfect diet, and all of that actually didn't make any sense. And because it was like, whether someone was young or old, in shape or out of shape, most people struggled with this internal limiting belief in every way that could really hold them back and limit them in their lives. And what a lot of my students didn't know until I shared with them was, in my early 20s, I actually suffered from binge eating, and I really hated my body. So ironically, even though I've pretty much always looked the same, I went through this big, I want to say I was about 21, 22, where I just literally binge eat like 4,000 or 5,000 calories at a time within like a 20-minute time period. Would fall asleep because my body was like, what are you doing to me? And I would wake up and I would start the internal dialogue of, I'll just be honest, like the fear of being overweight, and then, how to control I was, and just all of the wrongness and the judgment. And I remember in my 20s thinking, wow, do I have to live my whole life like this? And so when I actually ended up on the other side of that, which I totally am now, and I'm sure we'll get into that, what I started realizing was so many people, especially women, think that they have to silently suffer with a body that they don't love, a body that they don't feel good in. And even for those, sometimes it's a dieting conversation as well. And one of my missions these last 8 years has been really inviting people into a space of loving their body. I consider the body our first home. And so many times people, want to decorate, their homes beautifully, or their car. A lot of times people have like pride in their car. And yet, I like to invite people into, if those things are important to you, do you at least treat your physical body with that same level of care? Because when this isn't feeling good, everything else in life becomes so much harder. And it's not a limitation that we have to have. I don't think a lot of people realize that. And so that's a part of why I love sharing the message of body love.
That's me. I like to go on mute when you're speaking, just so there's no like outside noise. So just FYI. But I love that you touched yourself like this. And one of my first DVDs was called The Kama Sutra Dance Journey. Mm-hmm. And so we do a lot of like, but I would love to, and the skin is our biggest organ. Yeah. We don't consider that, I'm going through a family death at this moment right now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm really noticing the first thing is our biggest organ is the skin that starts to deteriorate. And so when we're in health and well-being and vibrancy, like you're saying, and you were doing this, I'm like, yes. Yeah. So I would love for you to speak about touching this beautiful organ just in this moment. And I want to have more conversation about the mindset and stuff like that. I want to dive in with you. But this that you were doing, if you could just share that, because us women, we've lost touch with that power that we have with just our own touch, and that touch is so important.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy you asked me this. It's funny because years ago, to share about what I know about this and what it can awaken would have been something I was so, I almost even say ashamed to share about. I don't know about you or, I'm the women that will be watching, but I am a very sensual, sexual being. And that energy, that life force, that creative force, to me, is actually one of the biggest gifts that we can gift ourselves. And really a way that's healing and nurturing and kind and caring. And one of the ways that, at least I do it, is just the willingness to be present with the body and turn yourself on. And just notice all of the sensations. And really from this space of, it's your body, this is your gift. There's this sense of, a lot of times we've made it wrong to turn on our energy fully unless we're in certain, maybe intimate situations around certain people. But to me, loving the body and touching the body is almost like a way of reclaiming all of our power, which includes the sex, maybe the sense of sexuality and sensuality that also is awakened with body touch. And also what I've noticed when I've actually worked with people directly in their bodies, like when I've had people hire me who want to, let's say lose weight, but they very much understand it needs to be an internal journey first. It's not just about quote unquote the right diet. One thing that I really like to share with people and we have deeper conversations around is, what are you hungry for? What are you really hungry for? And I know because when I was, binge eating and out of control with all of that, I wasn't actually feeding my energy, my soul, what it truly was asking for. And so it was coming out in these very superficial ways. And one thing I've noticed is, as people and as women, as we start to really connect with our bodies and touch it and commune with it and honor and awaken different things, people's relationships with food change, the diets change, their weight will typically take on a different journey for them. And even if they don't lose weight, they come into a different space of just like, wow, this is my body and it's perfect the way that it is. And so for me, touch is this very free and easy yet powerful way to start to evoke and change all of this.
I love it. Yeah. And there's also the piece about the mindset around even getting around touching yourself. But what does mindset have to do with loving your body?
Well, I know for me, so one of my first powerful tools to take me out of binge eating and total body hatred was actually yoga. Now, what's funny is, surprise, surprise. And what's funny is when I first started yoga, this was like in 1999, right? So it's a little bit ago. I started for totally superficial reasons. I had no idea it would transform what it did. It would gift me what it did. I really did it because I was like, well, literally Madonna came out with her Ray of Light album and she was talking about Ashtanga, and I was like, well, if Madonna does it, I'm going to do it. But from there, and it took some time. It wasn't like I went to a class and boom, all of a sudden I never binged ate again. But what I noticed was some time went by and I had a different connection with my body. And because of that connection, I was very aware of like when I would eat and when I would then actually get full. And then as my body would give me signals that I had previously ignored, that I had actually been willing to listen to where then I was like, oh, I don't need to, eat 10 times the amount that I normally actually would, what my body's asking for. And so for me, one of the initial breakthroughs is actually yoga and meditation. A lot of Kundalini yoga too, a lot of breath work. And then beyond that place, actually the place I've been journeying with a lot in my 30s has been more mindset. What I've really noticed is the way that I think about my body and this precious gift that I've been given, that I did not think about my body like that in my 20s. In my 20s, it was like, you're not good enough. I need to somehow abuse you or hurt you or starve you or binge to get a certain result. Because I would kind of go back and forth between the eating too much, eating too little. And so what I've noticed is a lot of times people think that, their perfect body or feeling good in their body or comfortable in their own skin might come in the form of I have to find the right diet or the right workout. But what I've actually noticed, I think what a lot of people are waking up to, is when you actually change the way that you're thinking about yourself and your body, you don't want to harm it. You are willing to be more mindful. You are willing to, be present maybe with energies that are uncomfortable that typically maybe would have ate over before, but you're like, no, I'm going to be here and be present because I deserve that. And I noticed that with the mindfulness and the mindset comes just this really fierce level of kindness that I know for me, I don't manage like the dieting and the body challenges I used to. I'm free of them. That's a totally different level. So, one of the things I want to make people aware of is, if they're just hoping for a change, there's a space beyond that first, like, I hope there's an opportunity for change, or maybe I'll just like manage it through certain things I choose. There's actually a space you can open up for yourself where you're literally free of the biggest body and food limitations. I do not diet. I do not do anything punishing to my body, at least not that I'm aware of. And there's such a level of freedom. I mean, I turned 39 in a month, and it's like, I feel amazing. I have energy. I love how I look. I honor my body. And for me, it's now that's creating then all of the other choices that I'm using.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And it really does, like, we do have to get around sometimes because naturally there's this resistance to movement. Mm-hmm. Although our bodies are, they start out lying on our backs and our bodies are just like motor function, like craziness. And then there's like getting into the crawling and the moving and then the standing and the walking. We are meant to keep moving, right?
Yeah.
To a point where the mind stops us because of, I think a lot now is like technology. We're sitting a lot. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, driving and this and that. Before there was a time where we would have to walk places, even if it was to a bus. And like, even before that, there was just a lot more movement. So this is exciting. I would love to know what your secret or what you recommend for letting go or when people are ready to let go of their biggest body struggles. What do you suggest? What is your
Oh my gosh. I don't think I could just choose one. If they can get to a yoga and meditation class, especially yoga, there's something about like the physical movement and the breath that I've noticed that a lot of times people will, if they don't like shift or move that energy that gets built up, typically they'll, unconsciously eat over it or do something that takes them in the opposite direction with their body than they're desiring. So definitely do an activity that will put you in connection and communion with your body. I love yoga. I think it's an extremely powerful practice for that. Also, there's another tool that I've been using every week for the last year. Not a lot of people know about it. It's actually called the Access Bars. And it's this phenomenal energetic tool where actually somebody touches your head. There's 32 different points on the head. And when a practitioner touches these spots, and all you do is lie there, you literally let go of your limiting thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. And it almost sounds too good to be true. That's what I thought 2 years ago. I was like, there's no way you lie there and like the stuff that you've been struggling with your whole life changes. There must be a catch. But the catch is that you have to choose it and you have to actually not, be that skeptic like I was. And that for me has created so much change with everything, including my body, that, even though so much had occurred really up to the last 2 years where I was, even 2 years ago, like I did not struggle with my body. Like I felt free in it. I came into a different space with what I like to call intuitive eating and really listening to myself. But the Access Bars has taken that to a whole new level to where, I almost view my body as my best friend. I'll ask it like, body, like, how do you want to move today? Body, what do you desire to eat today? And that can be really vulnerable for people because sometimes you don't get the textbook answer. Sometimes, so there's a big self-trust that goes into, I'd say, really stepping into and choosing body love. It requires a lot of self-trust. But those two things, I'd say, get to a yoga class, and if you can, get your bars run. They will make your life so much easier.
Gorgeous. Love it. And yeah, I mean, I have broken free of that. It's really interesting because I have been teaching yoga for now almost 17, 18 years. And even I forgot for a moment of time. There was like, I would be teaching, but I wouldn't go to, and I think there's something about leaving your home, yes, doing your own practice, but leaving your home to transform yourself, getting into community, all of those pieces that come along with that. So that's awesome. I would love to have you share with us a little bit more about the touch and the sensuality, because yeah, I'd love a taste of that. If you want to lead us through that sounds great.
Absolutely. So, all right, everybody. If you can, make sure that you won't be disturbed. So turn off or put on silent cell phones, Facebook Messenger, all those fun things. So I'm going to take you guys through this really, really, really yummy, juicy, what I like to call body bliss meditation. This is one tool that I like to use pretty much every day, as much as I can, to really keep the connection and the communion with my body, but really even taking it one step further. So this will really begin to awaken the senses of your body. This will awaken really just this vital, sensual, sexual life force that when you are humming and open and really living from that space, everything with your body and food will really, it can't help but shift. So if you'd like to, go ahead and join me. Make sure you're nice and comfortably seated. Preferably be sitting up for this, not lying down. And allow your eyes to close. And allow your senses to be drawn inward into your body. Noticing the breath. Inhaling through the nose, all the way down into the belly. And from the belly, back out through the nose again. Allow the breath to continue at a pace that's comfortable and easy for you. And just notice right now where your hands are at on your body. Maybe they're lying in your lap. Maybe they're someplace else. But just bring your awareness into your hands. And on your next exhale, allow any tension, anything that's accumulated in your body to just leave, trusting that with the exhale, it does. And as you continue to breathe, let your awareness come back into your hands now. And I want you to imagine that you have in your hands the most beautiful, sparkling, golden, vibrant, nurturing energy. And this energy is just pulsating from your hands. And in a few moments, I'll be guiding you to move your hands on different places in your body. And as you do, this beautiful golden energy will awaken your body's senses, will awaken the gift that your body is. It will also melt away any limitations, any struggles, anything that you've been asking to have leave will leave. And in its place, awaken the divine gift that you are and that your body is, including your sexual energy, your life force, knowing that this is a safe space to allow this to open. So keeping the eyes closed, allow your right hand to gently touch the palm of your left hand softly. Just sensing the palms of the hands connecting, sensing the heat that you can feel in between the palms of your hands, and just gently moving your right hand, caressing the palm of your left hand, remembering that there's no one way to do this. This is about you honoring the way that you would like to touch your body, and letting my voice be a secondary guide. So now gently allow your right hand to travel up, passing your left wrist, the inside of your left arm, ever so slightly, touching lightly, just like how a lover would caress you so sensually and so lovingly. And continue to use your right hand to lightly stroke between your left wrist and your left elbow, touching this part of your body in different ways that you like. Noticing what feels good to you as you keep the breath moving. Letting yourself even turn yourself on. Remembering that this is your energy and that turning yourself on is a gift. And then allow this left hand to travel up past, or the right hand to travel up past the left elbow to the upper part of the left arm as you just sensually caress yourself. Letting the shoulders relax. Letting your body just melt into a space of bliss, into a space of beauty as you allow this hand to caress your arm. Touching yourself, exploring what touch feels like to you. And allow this right hand to come across your chest. Just allow your hand to touch down across your breasts, into your belly. This is your body. You have full ownership of it. Letting this hand soften and awaken all the places that have fallen asleep. Touching every single part of your belly and your breasts, your heart. And then allowing your right arm to relax now. Now it's going to receive the magic of the left arm. So allow your left hand now to gently meet your right hand. Your right arm's relaxed. Your left one now is going to be the one that's moving. And now, since you know a little bit about what to expect, use your left hand to explore the way that your right arm wants to be touched. including your whole right arm now, with this light, gentle caress. Noticing if the heat in the hands is increasing. And just being the loving space and the loving presence for anything that arises. Continuing to use your left hand to caress your entire right arm, finding the speed, or rather the slowness, and how light the touch is that your body's asking for. Touching your body in gratitude. Thanking your body for everything that it does for you every single day. Are you willing to acknowledge your body being a gift as you lightly stroke your left hand up and down your right arm, awakening the divine gift that you be? And now take both of your hands, caressing your shoulders, your neck, however you would like to, touching your face, making sure the breath is still moving through you, touching your hair. When was the last time you thanked your hair? And just extending gratitude towards it, allowing your hands to come back down the front and even the back of your body for those of you that can. Get your hand behind your back, really connecting to all of you. And now letting both hands travel down to your lower back and to your belly. And keep your eyes closed. How you desire to move is perfect, but I'm inviting you to allow your hands, your right hand resting on your right thigh, your left hand resting on your left thigh, as you now start to caress and stroke your nice, strong legs that carry you around on the earth, carry you around on the planet. And as you do, letting that breath move through you and begin to allow your spine to move. Whatever that means for you. Letting your hands continue to caress you and your spine moving. Letting the movement be free form. Not looking for specific instruction by me or even how to get it right. Whatever you are doing is right for your body and for you. As you begin to allow your body to move even more, allow this movement and this breath to awaken the divine, sensual, sexual, creative life force in every single cell in your body, not only in the regions that we know this to be, but in every cell of your body, all the way down into the tips of your toes, sparkling with this divine, sensual, creative life force coming up your legs as you continue to move and breathe. Some of you possibly getting really turned on. If that's happening, amazing, let it. And some of you might not be experiencing that, and that's fine too. Whatever your experience is, just letting it be perfect for you. Allowing your hands now to roam wherever they like on your body, and allowing the breath to move from the soles of your feet up your calves, into your knees, into your thighs, into your hips, into your pelvic bowl, into your lower belly, into your sexual organs, up into your chest, your heart, your chest, your breasts, down your arms, through your head and out beyond, letting the breath and your touch and this movement awaken the divine you, awaken this bliss that is lying in every cell of your body, that is asking for your presence, asking for your connection, asking you to acknowledge the gift that you are. And breathing. Getting as wild with this as you like or not. Whatever you are choosing in this moment is completely perfect. It doesn't have to look how we're doing it. Honoring how you are doing it for you. Letting the breath and the touch awaken your body even more. Imagining every cell to be vibrating, every cell to be alive with this now, this awareness of you being aware of it. What is possible with you now? Acknowledging that your body is this alive, beautiful being that desires to gift you, that desires for your life to be easy, and that's on your side and desires to tell you things, that desires for you to be fully present and fully home. Just let the breath and the touch and the movement keep guiding you. And are you willing to honor your body? Are you willing to hear what your body's communicating? Are you willing to trust your body, letting go of everything you've been taught, everything you've been indoctrinated with, so you can actually unlock the wisdom of your body and what it's requiring of you? Are you willing to unlock this body bliss and live from this space and move from this space? And now begin to allow your movement to slow down, noticing what's occurred in this time that we've had together. Still allowing the eyes to be closed. Still allow your energy to be turned on, to be turned up, to be amplified, although now you're going to come back into a still seated movement. Are you willing to let your energy be this vibrant as your gift to you and the world? Whatever arose for you, honor it. Whatever didn't arise for you, are you willing to honor it? Allowing yourself to be grounded fully in your body, feeling your feet on the floor and the earth underneath you, feeling your sit bones sitting in the chair, giving your body permission and your energy permission to communicate to you what it requires to be happy, so you can be happy. And then whenever you're ready, going ahead to open up your eyes now.
Oh my gosh. Wow. How do you all feel? Woo! Yeah, it was really sweet practice. Girl, yeah, that's really, really good. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a gift to share that.
Yeah. I would love for you to share just a sentence or two about what this kind of a practice on a regular basis can do for women.
Wow, what can it do? Everything. Imagine the you that you've always desired to be, that you've always strived to be, and for some of you, you've always worked really hard to be. When you allow this energy to awaken and honor it, that just can be effortlessly, and everything that's not you falls away. So the real you, the authentic you, the empowered you is what's there and what's moving throughout the world in your life.
That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, Natalie and I have something in common, and I was sharing with her before we even got on today that one of my offerings in the world is called the Kama Sutra Dance Journey, and it is this kind of movement, slow, sensual breathing, that kind of connection with yourself is self-love. That self-love. We forget that physical touch can be given to ourselves. So thank you for this slow, mindful breathing, presence practice with the physical body in a sensual way. Wow. So to honor our time today, I want to just say thank you for being here, Natalie. Really, really.
Thank you. I'm so grateful to be here with you and to be in front of everybody who'll be seeing this. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. All of you that are committed to your truth, your growth, your stepping into more and more of who you are through these embodiment tools, techniques, and practices. And all of you online joining us, and then all of you that are going to join us for Embody Live in San Diego on September 29th. Yes, yes, yes. Can't wait to see you and be with you all. And you can grab Natalie's beautiful gift here in the link and take her up on it. What a generosity she has to share that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And is there anything else that, Natalie, you want to say before we go here?
Wow. It's possible to love your body no matter what you look like, no matter what your age is, no matter anything, that your body is waiting to love you. All you have to do is just let it and let yourself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you again for joining us on The Inspired Women. I'm Himalaya, your host, and I look forward to being with you again and again and again. We are in it together, sisters. It's time. See you soon. Mwah.